So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you guys are. Guys, I've got some breaking news for you guys. Some very interesting news. Some news that I felt like this was coming. But before I get into it, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video as always, guys. As you guys know, I'm going through a bit of a depression in terms of my channel's going through a state of depression, so I need all your support right now, which will help me grow. So yeah, get into the video. It says here the WBA says Dmitry Bivol must defend his 175-pound title against Gilberto Ramirez next. Now we know that Matchroom had filed an exemption for Bivol to fight Joshua Buatsi instead of Gilberto Ramirez. Obviously, that has now been rejected by the WBA, and Dmitry Bivol will have to fight Gilberto Ramirez next, which I think is for the good of the sport. I think the Ramirez fight was a far more interesting fight than the Buatsi situation, and I think the WBA have done the right thing. You know, the governing bodies seem to get a lot of criticism, get a lot of stick at times, but you know, when they make the right decisions, they deserve praise as well. And I think here they deserve praise because I do think this is a much bigger fight. I think this is a better fight. I think it's probably a fight that Bivol probably wants more, just because I think it's a bigger fight. There's also, you know, the Gilberto being a Mexican and the Canelo, they can kind of build a storyline from the Canelo thing as well. I think the reason why Hearn, I don't know how this would work. I think he'd probably be a co-promoter because obviously Hearn promotes Bivol. I think the other thing is, I think the reason why Hearn didn't want the Ramirez fight to go through, because firstly, he would have been providing an opportunity for his fighter Buatsi to get him a title. Secondly, he would be the sole promoter of the show. This way now he's having to co-promote with Oscar De La Hoya, who represents Gilberto Zordo Ramirez. So yeah, I think that's probably why Hearn probably wanted control of the show, where he doesn't get that now, because Ramirez, he is Ramirez's promoter, so he'll have to co-promote with Oscar De La Hoya. So this is what this article was put out by Dan Ambrose, and it says, the WBA confirmed today that Dmitry Bivol must defend against his mandatory Gilberto Ramirez next, and they rejected a petition to face Joshua Buatsi in a voluntary defense. Interestingly, the World Boxing Association, so the WBA, further stated that the negotiations for the Bivol-Ramirez fight must be wrapped up by August 10th, which was yesterday, to avoid a purse bid. Given that today is the 10th, it would appear that the contest will go to purse bid. So whoever puts up the most money will get the fight, which obviously, again, is probably not something that DAZN would want, because after Bivol beating Canelo, his popularity might be through the roof. People would want to see his fight, especially if it's against Ramirez. So I'm pretty sure DAZN will do everything they can. But Bivol wins, because Bivol, if it goes to purse bid, someone else could come in and put in huge money. Who knows? For US boxing fans, they don't mind seeing Bivol fight the unbeaten former WBO super middleweight champion Zordo Ramirez next, rather than the British fighter Buatsi. Yeah, I said this. I think the US boxing fans would rather see the Ramirez fight. He's probably a bigger name. Also, I think it's a better fight. It was Matchroom boxing promoter Eddie Hearn's idea to have Bivol slip in a voluntary defense against Buatsi before fighting Ramirez, which, like I said previously, it was all selfish interest from Eddie Hearn. It wasn't no good for Bivol. I actually think that the reason why Eddie Hearn was trying to, I don't know why Bivol would agree to that. Why would Bivol agree? If Bivol's a fighter, why would he agree to fighting Joshua Buatsi? And Eddie Hearn was saying things like, oh, well, we don't know if the Canelo fight goes through in May, because Bivol might have to face Buatsi and Ramirez. But why would he have to face Buatsi? It was just Eddie Hearn playing his tricks. And I like Eddie Hearn. I think he's a great promoter, but I didn't like, from this situation, I didn't understand what he was saying. He was saying that, you know, Bivol's going to have to face Buatsi. Why? Why does he have to face Buatsi? Buatsi's not a mandatory challenger. Buatsi's not, why does he have to, just because you wanted him to face Buatsi, you wanted to provide an opportunity for your fighter, which is fair enough, but say that. Be honest and say the reason why is because I want to do a big fight in the UK, because the Bivol Buatsi fight is not a fight in the US. It would have happened in the UK. So say I wanted to provide a big fight, which he's done now. I don't think he's under as much pressure now with DAZN UK because he's delivered Ben and Eubank, But I think the reason why he was trying to deliver that fight was up in the air. He was trying to get a big fight in the UK because people have criticised what DAZN have been putting on in the UK, like they had a fight with Dalton Smith, but that's not a big fight. They're not big fights. They're not fights that are going to move the needle. You need fights like this that will potentially move the needle. And by the way, I'm not saying Bivol Buatsi is a massive fight here in the UK by any stretch. Ben Eubank certainly is, and they've got that on DAZN, so definitely that's going to move the needle. But moving on with this article, it says you can argue that Hearn was trying to help Buatsi, whose career has failed to take off despite in the 2016 Olympics, which I kind of said. I said that Buatsi's people expected him to be further in his career than where he's at this point. And he's just trying to get him a world title shot. That's all it was, effectively. So that's my opinion. The WBA committee ratified the mandatory fight between light heavyweight champion Dmitry Bivol, mandatory challenger Gilberto Ramirez. Okay, it says here, after receiving a request for a special permission to fight Joshua Buatsi from the champion, and after an extensive study of the same, the WBA denied such permission. So Bivol and Ramirez will have to fight August 10th to reach an agreement, or the fight will go to purse bid. So there you have it. Bivol will have to fight Gilberto Ramirez next, which is a great fight. Great fight. There's no doubt about it. It's a really, really good fight. One that I'm looking forward to. I think it's a fight that Bivol will win. To be brutally honest with you, I don't know what's going to happen with this purse bid situation because it's gone past August 10th. So is it going to go to purse bid, or have they got an extension where they can agree a deal? Because I'm pretty sure that Ramirez and, they're both on DAZN. So surely they don't want this fight going on to another platform. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I actually think this is a pretty big fight. I think it's a bigger fight than for Bivol financially than the Buatsi fight. But then I don't know, because would they have stuck that fight on pay-per-view in the UK market? Maybe it would have done numbers. I don't know. I don't know. I think the UK fans wouldn't have been happy if they had stuck this fight on pay-per-view. Now, the other thing is, will DAZN stick this on pay-per-view in America? I don't know. There certainly won't be pay-per-view here in the UK. But if they do, I don't know how that will be received in America. So yeah, we just have to wait and see what happens here, because this is a good fight. This is a big fight. I'm not saying I think Bivol wins, and some of you guys think Gilberto Ramirez has a good chance, but I think Bivol will beat him. And I think the reason why I wanted this fight over the Buatsi fight, I think Bivol would have beaten Buatsi even easier. I think this is a slightly tougher fight than the Buatsi fight. But Bivol, for me, is an exceptional talent. I think the only guy that potentially could beat Bivol in the light heavyweight division is Arthur Beterbiev. And I think if your name is anybody but Arthur Beterbiev, I don't think you're going to beat Dmitry Bivol. And that's just my take on it. I think this guy is a special talent. I think he's a great fighter. I think he was overlooked and I think people looked at him and thought, well, his performances haven't been great, but he's obviously proved that he can step up to the plate when he needs to. He's got a very difficult style, got very good movement, got very good feet, got very fast hands. I think this is a guy that's going to be very difficult to beat. He's also tall, long. He knows how to use his physical advantage, especially against smaller guys. Ramirez, he's a good fighter, bit robotic, bit slow. I think his style plays into Bivol's hand. Also, Bivol's shown in that Canelo fight that Bivol can bite down on the gum shield. Bivol's very tough as well. He can take a punch. Yeah, he can bite down on the gum shield. He can get down dirty when he needs to. He's just a complete fighter. I can't see Ramirez winning this fight, and that's just my plain and simple. I think Bivol will do a number on him. I do, and that's no hating on Ramirez. I think Ramirez can fight, of course, but I just think that his resume, although he's 40-something fights, and his resume is filled with with pretty poor opposition for majority of his career. He's fought some good guys. I think he's fought Sullivan Barrera. He's fought Arthur Abraham as well. But, you know, we have to say that his resume is not the greatest for a guy that's 40 fights in, you know. And Bivol, although not had as many fights, I think his level of competition has been far stiffer. He fought John Pascal. He's fought Canelo. He's also fought Craig Richards, who gave Buatsi a very tough fight. You know, and I just think that Bivol is a lot more battle-tested, you know, against better fighters than Ramirez. So that's my take. Leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about this fight. Who do you think wins? Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.